Okay, let's take a look at these Testors Craft paints. Now, I just want to point out that the packaging says that it works great on many surfaces, including wood, metal, fabric, canvas, ceramic, and glass. So this really puts it in a true multi-surface category. As you can see, my bottles are already well loved because I have been using them. And I just took a minute and I put a little swatch on top. That's a little handy tip from me to you, that when you sometimes you have your paints in a drawer and they're all stood up, it's good to be able to see what's on the top. But let me take you through some of the colors. And I don't think this is exhaustive of all of the colors they have, but these are the ones that I got to play with. So I want to point out here that there are different finishes too. There are mattes, most of them are mattes actually, there are metallics, and there are some glitters. So if I bring this palette over to you, I've put a few paints in the palette so you can look at them and then see how they've dried out. We do have a fluorescent orange. You have this glitter pink. Now I want to point out that in the palette it looks really much like a bubblegum sparkly pink. Bring that up so you can see. There we go. It looks like a bubblegum kind of sparkly pink. When it dries out though, what you get is a very subtle effect. So really it looks more intense when it's wet than when it's dry. It has just a light pink tint of a base and then that kind of almost like a blue sparkle glitter on top. You also have a gold glitter, which I want to point out, really the base has no tint to it at all. It's just gold glitter in a clear medium, which is kind of great because whatever you put underneath it will also show through. There is a beautiful argent silver. You can see it here in the palette and then here on the paper. It is very, very shiny. And then I got this beautiful metallic blue. It's kind of one of my favorites. It's called Galaxy Blue, and it has just that like high, shiny, shiny look to it. Now, all the other ones I got are actually just matte. And as I mentioned, there is a fluorescent orange. There is a matte yellow. This is called Stop Sign Red, and it is absolutely spectacular. I love a good bright red. There's a coral. Then we've got green. We have turquoise. This is called Royal Blue. This is Island Breeze. So you have a nice mixture of primary colors, and then also there's some designer colors in the line, so that if you wanted to make something that looked really beachy, you would have the gold, the coral, the Island Breeze, and some silver metallic just to play with. So let me show you some of the things I've painted. And I just did two different versions. One was I used the paint full strength in some of these open areas, but then I also created a wash. And what I really like about this panel is that the lines are dark enough that you can actually still see the black lines underneath. It's not like they're so very light that if you paint over it, you lose that definition. You actually don't. I was able to do those washes over the top with acrylic paint and still see all of the nice, bright, bold design. All right, so now let's take a look at some paper samples. And for these, I actually used the jelly plate. And if you're wondering, I use my homemade gelatin plate, and I do have a video on that if you'd like to take a look at the cards. But as you can see, the Testors acrylic paints are fantastic for gelatin printing. They have a lovely matte finish texture to them. The colors are very layerable. And I love how even some of the metallics sparkle through. I did have one other sample to show you. I have to apologize. I lost it in the move, but I did a little metal tin with this paint and it did scratch off with my thumbnail. So that leads me to believe that really this is much better for porous surfaces like paper and wood and chipboard. I would not use it for non-porous surfaces. So I hope you enjoyed this overview. Thank you for watching. As always, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Have a crafty day.